Okay, welcome back to another episode of Paul's Collectibles. If you're new to the channel, good to have you. If you're a returning customer, thanks for stopping by and joining me again. Today we're going to be talking about my 3 3/4 inch Star Wars action figure collection, specifically the vintage collection wave. But I'd like to start off with some vintage collecting wave news, which I'm actually pretty excited about this time, as opposed to the Empire Strikes Back carbon freezing chamber fiasco, if you want to call it that, from last episode. This time I was reading an article at CNET on the internet right here, and they were talking about this new 3-clone special set, which is going to be coming out in September. And it's apparently only available from Hasbro Plus, and it looks awesome to me. There are 3 of the clones from the Clone Wars series in there, but they're not the animated version. They're the realistic looking ones. They have Fives, Jesse, and Echo in there. And they want about $50 for it. I think that's totally worth it for these 3 clones. And I'm totally looking forward to picking that up when they come out. So once again, Hasbro Pulse should be available along about September online. So some good news from the vintage collecting wave, and those of us who are ardent 3 3/4 inch action figure collectors and or casual collectors who only collect that specific thing like me. Secondarily, I constantly watch Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Dorkside Toys, and now I'll be watching Hasbro Plus to see if there's anything on there that I might be interested in getting for my vintage collection wave of 3 3/4 inch action figures. And this time I got another box from Big Bad Toy Store. We're going to take a look at the 2 action figures in that box. I'll do a quick unboxing, see how they did this time. Last time, they did a really good job. I got the figures in good, pristine condition. So hopefully, we'll get the same results this time. All right, let's take a look. Okay, just like last time, I got the box in pristine condition. Beautifully taken care of, beautifully handled. I have no complaints about that. So let's get into this and see what we got inside. I want to be fairly careful once again here, especially since I was too lazy to go get my razor blade. I'm using a pair of scissors. Don't want to damage anything inside there. Pop this. Okay. And kind of just like last time, you can see they've got the poppings paper is what we used to call it when I was a kid, but the bubble wrap in there. Oh, there's a single sheet of bubble paper. And then they've got a larger sheet that they've used to wrap around both the figures to take up some of that void space. That's pretty good. However, once again, they just put the figures in there right on top of each other. Luckily, they seem to survive. So the first figure I got is the Knight of Ren. Now, for those of you who know my channel fairly well, you know that I'm not a big fan of the sequel trilogy. But I don't want to call it desperate, but you know, I'm getting to a point where I'm trying to find cool stuff to buy. And the more I paid close attention to this figure, the more I realized that they were underused in the movie, first of all, if you ask me. But second of all, just look at the detail on this guy with his cloth goods and his boots and that awesome staff, and forgive the glare. I mean, so the more I looked at that, the more I thought to myself, that's just a really cool character. I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. I mean, wow. Plus, he's close enough looking to a Sith that it doesn't offend my sensibilities enough to where I don't want to get it. He fits into my collection. And he is vintage collection 155. Secondarily in this box is actually a type of character that I do collect, and this is one of the types of stormtroopers. This is from Solo, a Star Wars movie, which, although mildly entertaining, was a bit of a disappointment. It was a little formulaic, and I think they spent a little too much time trying to explain some elements of the story in the further movies after that, you know, didn't really need to get into too much, but still entertaining. But I really enjoyed these guys. I've got a couple of these from different other waves. I like to call them the Wampa Troopers because they have that fur on there that looks like they had to slay a Wampa and take his fur as a rite of passage to become a range trooper. But once again, these vintage collection 3 3/4 inch action figures are just getting more and more beautiful. I mean, the detailing on this is outstanding. His armor is beautiful. The soft goods cape or whatever, his armor up top, his helmet, the rangefinder is gold just like in the movie. I mean, that's just a thing of beauty. And like I said, I collect the Stormtroopers and the Clone Troopers, so this was a no-brainer for me, so I went in and picked it up too. Apparently they made too many of these, or they're not that popular, because I got this on sale. It was discounted at Big Bad Toy Store. Looks like they're just trying to get rid of him, which is a shame, because I think it's a really good character who, like so many others from the Empire, since the movies don't necessarily center on the Empire, was underused. And he is vintage collection 128. Okay, that's my 2 new additions this time to my vintage collection, 3 3/4 inch Star Wars action figure collection, and some news about some really cool upcoming Clone Troopers who will be available from Hasbro Pulse sometime in September. Until next time, enjoy collecting, enjoy Star Wars, and I'll see you soon.